So a lot of progress has been made since the last time I was here. I know the average person, though, wondering why it's taking so long, not realizing that this is a project that's more involved than most people think.
Yeah, well, thanks, Peter. And actually, I don't think it's taking that long, but I know there's a lot of excitement and energy and some anxiety, if you will, around this project because it's been something that has been talked about in the community for a few years. But the reality is, like, this is a big project, and I really appreciate you coming out today to film it because I think there's maybe a misunderstanding or misconception about the size and scope of this project. This is a very large public construction project, and so we're thrilled to sort of show it off and put some visuals to the residents so they can understand. So yeah, we're really excited. We've made great progress this summer. We're still on track for a spring completion, but this is kind of a big deal for the community, and so it's going to take some time to complete.
I know phase one is the track, and progress is being made on that. Total of 3 phases overall, I believe.
Yeah, really 3 main phases. So you have the track project, which obviously is underway right here. The second main phase is the bleachers. We're building new home and visitor bleachers, and then the third phase is a building that'll contain restrooms that are required for building code compliance. We need a certain number of toilets and lavatories to comply with building codes for the number of seats we have, and also concessions and storage. So right, 3 phases: track, bleachers, and then the building. There's kind of a 4th phase too, which we're kind of generally calling site improvements, that once all those 3 phases are done, we need to look at the site and make sure it's aesthetically pleasing and accessible for the residents to enjoy.
Now, let me begin this question by saying you were not here at the time. I'm looking, the artificial turf is kind of rolled back. In an ideal world, the track and the turf would have been done at the same time, right?
Yeah, in an ideal world, of course. Like, we would have loved to do this project all at once. I wasn't here for that. But, the reality is, and I can't speak for the community before I got here, but it's possible that they didn't have the resources to do the project all at once. And, and I think you understand, but we didn't get the resources, the financial resources to complete this project until June 30th of this summer. And so what the community might have wanted to do several years ago might not have been feasible. We're really fortunate that we have the support of the town manager, Mike Borg, and the support of the town council now to do this project right once and for all. And that does take a significant amount of financial resources to make that happen.
Tell me about the role the gentleman behind me is playing.
So we're thrilled to have North Attleboro resident Arsen Hambardzumian as the lead designer on this project. Arsen has been a great partner to the North Attleboro Public Schools for several years. He's the first person that created a master plan for the high school athletic complex. That master plan was completed in April 2021, just a little over a year ago, and it was the first time that someone actually committed pen to paper to look at what the total scope and scale of the project should be and could be. And so we're thrilled that Arsen is the designer for this project. He's very invested in the North Attleboro community. He's a great partner to us, and he's doing a great job for us.
Arsen, I've been covering high school sports in this area for almost 4 decades. I remember when Bishop Feehan put in their football stadium. Attleboro High did the same. I do know there are issues with this facility. A lot more work has to be done, such as retaining walls.
Absolutely. We're planning on maximizing the available space here, and as part of that, we're extending the bleachers. We need to raise the elevations to make a level ADA accessible facility. So we have included retaining walls around the perimeter that will allow for the home and visitor grandstands to be fully ADA accessible. It'll include a lift and access from the sides of the bleachers. We're also upgrading the track to have an 8-lane straightaway to be more competitive and be up to par with the surrounding communities.
I notice behind you, in between the concession stand and the track, there's still trees there, so the area still looks like the old Beaupre field.
Yes, we're looking to preserve the natural aspects of the site to fit the needs of the community and the nature, I guess I would say, or the character characters more precise. But we will be doing site improvements in that area when we do the concessions, restrooms, and storage building, updating the entryways, potentially new ticket booths, fencing around the perimeter, making it more formalized and more inviting.
Now, you have worked on many projects over the years. This project is in your hometown. How much more does that mean to you?
It means a lot. It's very near and dear to me. I have 4 boys in the school system. I'm very proud to be part of this, but it also makes it more nerve-wracking. I'm always coming by, always checking. I really want to make sure that everything is perfect because we're going to be here a long time, and I want to be proud of this facility.